The woman penetrated is a labyrinth. You emerge into another world inside the woman. The woman caveman still drags cave woman to his cave. All coitus is fornication, fornix, an underground arched vault. And the cave in which coitus takes place is the grave, the chthonic fertility rite. Antigone buried alive together with her ancestors. Her bridal chamber, the tomb. Death is coitus, and coitus is death. Death is genitalized as return to the womb. Incestuous coitus. Life and death equated. Every coitus repeats the fall, brings death, birth into the world. It is sky descending into mother's earth, ejaculating his power, suffering, castration. The staff that cleaves the waters is the dead man's body, the corpse, the stiff that ejaculates the soul or semen. Penis or corpse, stiff as stone, a perpetual erection, a monument. The Diri have a number of long, cylindro-conical stones which are supposed to temporarily contain the male element, the element of certain ancestral spirits now residing in the sky as their recognized deities. The fertility of the tribe is dependent upon the preservation of the stone. To be turned into stone symbolizes not only erection but also castration. This is the rocky law of condemnation and double generation and death, which makes the loins the place of the last judgment. Unborn in the womb, then, asleep and dreaming, withdrawn from the environment or split from the environment as in schizophrenia. As Blake saw, there is a fission, a duplication, a division, withdrawn into the cave or womb, which is himself, as Blake would say, the selfhood. The womb into which the sleeper withdraws is at the same time his own body. The dreamer sinks into himself and makes himself a whole new world, a man-made world. In the deepest sense, a whole new world out of the body of the dreamer. a world which is his cave. To make a world out of himself, the dreamer must not only split with the world, but also split himself into both self and world, self and environment, mother and child. But inside the womb, self and environment is penis and vagina. Out of the body of the dreamer is made both a phallus and a womb. And the basic dream is a phallic movement in a female environment. The wandering heroes are phallic heroes in the permanent state of erection, pricking o'er the pain. The word coition represents genital sexuality as walking, but the converse is also true. A walking or wandering in the labyrinth is genital sexual, all movement is phallic, all intercourse sexual. Hermes, the phallus, is the god of roads, of doorways, of all goings in and comings out, all goings on. All walking or wandering is from mother to mother in mother. It gets us nowhere. Movement is in space and space. As Plato says in the Timaeus, it is a receptacle, a vessel, an undertaker, a matrix, as it were the mother or nurse of all becoming. Space is a sphere or spheres containing us, ambient and embracing. The world mothering air as atmosphere, also a chaos or a chasm, a yawning pit, a devouring mother without form, void and dark. And then there is light walking in darkness. The sun hero in the mother dragon night. Mundus, this world a yawning pit. Mundus patet, abode of the dead. Mundus, the circular ceremonial trench, urbi et orbi, that represents the vulva or the uterus of the mother. The succulus primigenius, both the jaws of death and the storehouse. Penis for the penis, the lapis manalis, but also the decoration. The female adornment which conceals the yawning pit. Mundus muliepris. Both the phallic hero and the female space are made out of one body of the dreamer. It is then true, after all, that Eve came from Adam's rib, that the separation of the sexes, a fission, division, duplication, occurs in Adam's sleep or dream. The Eve that comes from Adam's rib is not just a woman, but the emanation. The world as woman, time and space are real beings, a male and a female. Time is a man, space is a woman, and her masculine portion is death. He the priest and she the tabernacle. In the sleep of Adam the church is born. In somno ade ecclesia nasciter. The split of the self from the environment and of the self into both self and environment is also the split of a self or soul from body. The essence of dreaming is duplication, division, as in schizophrenia. The dreamer sees himself as a double. The dreamer sees himself a double of himself. The moment of falling asleep is the moment in which the soul is born, that phallic personification of the body. The formation of a double in the dream is the moment when animism originates. Primitive animism says that in dreaming the soul leaves the body. In Blake, the separating off of the emanation is accompanied by the separating off of the specter. The soul is a penis. The hero of the dream is a phallic double, or phallic personification of the whole body. Having a soul, the hero with 1,000 faces, is the same as having genital organization. to take the penis as the narcissistic representative of the total personality. The uterine regressive trend, Ferenczi's thalassal regressive trend, is the same thing as genital organization for those not yet born. The whole person is in the womb. But what belongs in the womb is the penis. The whole person is identified with the penis. The basic equation of body and phallus. The fantasy originates in the intrauterine mother's body complex and usually has the content of the man's desire to creep completely into the genital from which he came. The entire individual is in this case a penis. The little man in the enormous room. The ego which explores his cave and penetrates its secrets is a penis. This identification of the whole person with the penis's genital organization. We have not yet been born, we are still in the womb, asleep. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. Life begins with a fall, a falling into the womb, a fall into sleep. Our birth is both a sleep and a forgetting. Adam's fall is Adam's fall into sleep, or Osiris' descent to the underworld. The descent to the underworld is what happens to every human being when he goes to sleep. The question, what is life, turns out to be the question, what is sleep? Freud is the master of those who know. To sleep, to die. Sleep is the twin brother of death. Sleep is death stirred by dreams. Death is dreamless sleep. The womb then is a tomb. To be born is to die, and life is really death in life. Psychoanalysis is the rediscovery of the Orphic or Oriental vision of life as sleep disturbed by dreams, or life as a disturbance in death. In the philosophy of Freud, beyond the pleasure principle, and Ferenczi's thalassal, life itself is a catastrophe or fall or trauma. The form of the reproductive process repeats the trauma out of which life arose, and at the same time endeavors to undo it. The uterine regressive trend is the sex act, is an aspect of the universal goal of all organic life, to return to lifeless condition out of which life arose. The goal of all life is death. In this philosophy, life in the main stage in biological evolution. In this philosophy, life and the main stages in biological evolution, sexual differentiation, adaptation to dry land, are catastrophes excited by external forces. These catastrophes create tension, and the aim of life or of evolutionary adaptation is to get rid of the tension and so die. Life is a temporary, accidental disturbance in a lifeless and thus peaceful universe. It is best then never to have been born, and second best quickly to die. Nirvana is release from the cycle of rebirth. The conclusion of the whole matter, Blake, we are in a world of generation and death. In this world we must cast off the sleep of Luro, the passage through eternal death, the awakening to eternal life, and then we shall see that generation is not the reality, but a shadow of the reality. Generation is only an image of regeneration. The real birth would be birth from the womb of the dream world. The real death is the death we are dead with here and now. Real life can only be life after death or resurrection. Life other than the life whose goal is death. and whose pattern is the repetition, compulsion, karma. Here is the point where we have to jump. We have to jump beyond psychoanalysis. They know not of regeneration, but only of generation. Therapy must be rebirth, but psychoanalysis does not believe that man can be born again, and so it does not believe that man is ever born at all. For the real birth is the second birth, the awakening to eternal life, free from the cycle of rebirth, Satori, the experience of the unborn but not in a womb, before the fall into a womb, united with Sakti, be full of power, says the Kundalini Tantra. From the union of Siva and Sakti, the world is created. The Buddhist, however, does not want the creation and unfoldment, but the coming back to the uncreated, unformed state of sunyata, from which all creation proceeds. The sin in the sex act is not that of love, but that of parentage. It is the father and the mother, not the lover and the beloved, who disappear from the highest paradise. In the resurrection, Jesus is Melchizedek without father, mother, or descent. This Melchizedek, king of Salem, which is king of peace, without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, and Son of God, who is without a father, a son without a father. The Oedipus complex transcended, without descent, without genealogy, no more generations. The world of generation and death transcended. The Son without a father is the resurrection, in the resurrected body, a body that is not genitally organized. These are the sexual garments, the admonition of desolation, the abomination of desolation, hiding the human lineaments as within an ark and curtain, which Jesus rent and now shall purge away with fire, till generation is swallowed up in regeneration. Without mother, today the Virgin gives birth to the Maker of the universe. The cave brings forth Eden. Adam wakes from his sleep, and there is no longer any separate Eve, no longer any Mother Eve, no longer any Mother Nature. The Pope supposes nature and the Virgin Mary to be the same allegorical personages, but the Protestant considers nature as incapable of bearing a child. No more nature, no more nascience, unborn or virgin birth, beyond nature, supernatural.